One canned tuna brand contains mercury levels high enough to cause neurological damage, and it's marketed as a healthy protein source. Pregnant women and children eat it every day. Today, I'm exposing 8 canned tuna brands you need to stop buying. Brands with dangerous mercury, slave labor, and destructive fishing. This is based on Consumer Reports testing and investigations these companies tried to bury. The brand at number 1 is the best-selling canned tuna in America, and testing shows some of the highest mercury levels on the market. Let's start with number 8. The 4 deadly tuna problems. Problem 1. Mercury poisoning. Consumer Reports tested 42 canned tuna products and found dangerous mercury levels in most of them. Mercury causes brain damage, especially in children and pregnant women. It damages your nervous system, kidneys, and cardiovascular system. The FDA limits are based on outdated 1990s science. Problem 2. Slave labor at sea. Migrant workers from Southeast Asia are trapped on fishing boats for years, beaten, starved, and paid nothing. The 2015 Associated Press investigation traced slave labor tuna directly to StarKist, Walmart, and major U.S. brands. Nothing has changed. Problem 3. Destructive fishing. Most tuna is caught using fads, fish aggregating devices that attract dolphins, turtles, and sharks. When nets are deployed, everything dies. Millions of dolphins and turtles are killed yearly. The dolphin safe label is a lie. Independent observers documented dolphins dying in nets from dolphin safe certified boats. Problem 4. Fake tuna. Oceana DNA testing found 59% of tuna sold in the US is mislabeled. You think you're buying albacore? You're getting cheap skipjack or escolar. Escolar causes digestive problems so severe it's banned in Japan and Italy, but it's sold as white tuna in America. The 8 worst brands. Brand 8. StarKist Chunk Light Tuna. Consumer Reports tested StarKist Chunk Light. Result: high mercury levels. Pregnant women should not eat it more than once a month, but StarKist markets this to everyone, including kids. The 2015 Associated Press investigation traced tuna caught by slaves directly to StarKist suppliers. Workers from Myanmar and Cambodia were held captive on Thai boats, beaten, and murdered if they tried to escape. Bodies were found in the ocean. StarKist said they would investigate. Nothing changed. In 2017, StarKist pleaded guilty to criminal price fixing with Bumblebee and Chicken of the Sea. They were fined $100 million. Executives went to prison. You were paying inflated prices for contaminated tuna caught by slaves. Brand 7. Chicken of the Sea. Chunk Light. Consumer Reports tested Chicken of the Sea. Result: high mercury levels. Pregnant women and children should avoid it. Chicken of the Sea is owned by Thai Union with documented labor abuses. A 2016 Greenpeace report found workers trapped on boats, beaten, starved, and unpaid. Thai Union claimed they would clean up. Investigations in 2020 and 2023 found the same abuses. Oceana DNA testing found Chicken of the Sea was frequently mislabeled. Products labeled as albacore contain skipjack. That's fraud. Chicken of the Sea uses FADs that kill dolphins, turtles, and sharks despite the dolphin safe label. Brand 6. Great Value. Chunk Light Tuna. Walmart. Consumer Reports tested Great Value. Result: high mercury levels. One of the worst tested. And because it's cheap, low-income families buy it in bulk for their kids. Those kids are being poisoned. Walmart refuses to disclose who supplies their tuna. No transparency. It could be from any Thai supplier using slave labor. Walmart has been sued multiple times for selling products linked to forced labor. They settle and continue. Great Value tuna is mushy gray and tastes like cat food. It's the lowest grade tuna processed in the worst facilities. You're saving 30 cents per can and poisoning your family. Brand 5. Bumblebee Chunk Light Tuna. Consumer Reports tested Bumblebee. Result: high mercury levels. Regular consumption is dangerous. In 2017, Bumblebee's CEO Christopher Leshowski was convicted of criminal price fixing. He conspired with StarKist and Chicken of the Sea for years. He was sentenced to 40 months in federal prison. Bumblebee was fined $25 million. This was organized crime. In 2020, Bumblebee filed bankruptcy and was rebranded as sustainable. But the supply chain didn't change. Same suppliers, same slave labor, same mercury, just new marketing. Bumblebee has the dolphin-safe logo, but their suppliers use FADs that kill dolphins, turtles, and sharks. Brand 4. StarKist Albacore. Solid white tuna. Albacore accumulates more mercury. Consumer Reports tested StarKist Albacore. Result: very high mercury levels, 3 times higher than chunk light tuna. The FDA recommends pregnant women eat no more than 1 serving per month. But StarKist markets this as premium healthy tuna. Albacore are larger and live longer. They're higher on the food chain and accumulate more methylmercury. Eating albacore regularly means dangerous mercury accumulation in your brain and organs. StarKist charges double for albacore. You're paying more for higher mercury contamination. The mild flavor is because it's fattier and hides the mercury taste. Same slave labor supply chains. Premium price for more poison. Brand 3. Genova. Premium yellowfin tuna. Consumer Reports tested Genova yellowfin. Result: very high mercury levels. Yellowfin accumulates mercury like albacore. Genova labels say, product of Italy. People think it's caught by Italian fishermen in the Mediterranean. It's not. The tuna is caught in the Pacific or Indian Ocean by the same industrial fleet supplying StarKist. It's shipped to Italy, packed in olive oil, and labeled Italian. That's a geographic scam. The olive oil doesn't reduce mercury. Tests show the oil is often low grade, not extra virgin despite the label. Genova costs $3 to $5 per can. Triple the price of StarKist. You're paying for Italian branding, not quality or safety. Brand 2. Safe Catch Elite Wild Tuna, Albacore. Safe Catch claims they test every fish for mercury and reject any above 0.09 parts per million. That's 10 times stricter than FDA limits. But Consumer Reports testing found some cans contained mercury higher than Safe Catch's claimed limit. Either their testing isn't rigorous or contaminated fish slip through. Safe Catch said, variability is normal, but you're paying premium prices for their guarantee. Safe Catch costs $4 to $6 per can, sometimes $7. If the promise isn't 100% reliable, what are you paying for? Safe Catch won't fully disclose their supply chain. They source from Ecuador, where fishing fleets have labor abuses. And Safe Catch Elite uses albacore, which naturally has higher mercury. Even with testing, you're eating a species that accumulates more mercury. Their testing might be better, but the species choice undermines their claim. Brand 1. StarKist EV. OO Albacore Tuna Pouch. StarKist appears 3 times on this list. This one combines everything wrong with canned tuna. Consumer Reports tested StarKist EVOO Albacore. Result: the highest mercury levels of any product tested. Higher than regular albacore. Higher than yellowfin. This is the most dangerous tuna you can buy. StarKist selects the largest albacore for their premium EVOO line. Larger fish accumulate more mercury over longer lifespans. You're eating the oldest, most contaminated albacore on the market. 1 serving exceeds safe mercury limits significantly. StarKist labels this as extra virgin olive oil. Tests show the oil is often low grade, not extra virgin. They use marketing terms without accountability. StarKist sells this in pouches and charges a premium. Pouches are just plastic packaging that creates more waste. The tuna inside is worse than canned. StarKist EVOO pouches cost $3 to $4 each for 2.6 ounces. That's over $18 per pound. You're paying luxury prices for the most mercury-contaminated tuna on the market, caught by slaves and packed in fake extra virgin olive oil. The 2 safe tuna brands. Safe Brand 1, Wild Planet, Wild Skipjack Light Tuna. Consumer Reports tested Wild Planet Skipjack. Result: low mercury levels. Skipjack is smaller, lives shorter, and accumulates less mercury. Wild Planet tests every batch and publishes results. Mercury levels test 10 times lower than albacore brands. Wild Planet uses pole and line fishing, not nets or FADs. This method is selective. Only tuna are caught. No dolphins, turtles, or sharks die as bycatch. Wild Planet audits their entire supply chain. They work directly with fishing cooperatives in Ecuador. Workers are paid fair wages. Independent audits verify this. Wild Planet tuna contains tuna and sea salt. No oils, no additives, no broth. The texture is meaty, not mushy. They publish mercury testing results, supplier lists, and sustainability reports online. Full transparency. Cost: $3 to $4 per can. Available at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Target, Amazon. Wild Planet is the gold standard for canned tuna. Safe Brand 2, Safe Catch Elite Wild Skipjack. Safe Catch Skipjack is tested to 0.09 parts per million, but skipjack naturally has lower mercury than albacore. The combination of strict testing plus low mercury species makes this one of the cleanest tunas available. Consumer Reports confirmed low mercury. Unlike their albacore, Safe Catch Skipjack uses a small, short-lived species that doesn't accumulate much mercury. This makes the testing promise more reliable. Safe Catch Skipjack contains only tuna and salt. No oils, no broths, no additives. It's packed dry, which concentrates the protein. Cost: $4 to $5 per can. Expensive. But if you're pregnant, have kids, or eat tuna regularly, the extra cost for guaranteed low mercury is worth it. Available at Whole Foods, Sprouts, Thrive Market, and Amazon. How to choose safe tuna. Rule 1. Choose skipjack over albacore. Skipjack is chunk-light tuna. It's smaller and has much lower mercury. Albacore is solid white tuna with 3 times more mercury. Always choose skipjack. Rule 2. Avoid yellowfin and big eye. These are large species that accumulate high mercury. Rule 3. Check for mercury testing. Buy brands that test every batch and publish results. Wild Planet and Safe Catch do this. Starkist and Bumblebee don't. Rule 4. Look for pole and line fishing. This is sustainable and avoids bycatch. Avoid fads and purse-seine nets. Rule 5. Check supply chain transparency. Buy brands that disclose where their tuna is caught. Avoid secret supply chains like Walmart. Rule 6. Read ingredients. Real tuna should contain tuna, water, or oil, and maybe salt. If you see hydrolyzed protein or pyrophosphate, it's low quality, pumped with fillers. Rule 7. Limit consumption. The FDA recommends no more than 2 to 3 servings of light tuna per week. Pregnant women should eat less. Never eat albacore more than once per week. Cost comparison. Starkist costs $1 per can. High mercury slave labor tastes like cat food. Wild Planet costs $3 per can. Low mercury, sustainable fishing, ethical labor. The extra $2 protects your brain. Tuna should be a healthy protein source. But the industry has turned it into a nightmare of mercury poisoning, slave labor, environmental destruction, and corporate fraud. The brands I exposed, Starkist, Bumblebee, Chicken of the Sea, Walmart, they're selling you mercury-contaminated tuna caught by slaves using methods that killed dolphins. Their CEOs went to prison. They were fined millions. Nothing changed. You have better options. Wild Planet and Safe Catch. Skipjack proved tuna can be low mercury, sustainably caught, and ethically sourced. Pole and line fishing protects dolphins. Mercury testing protects your brain. Transparency protects workers. Throw out the star-kissed and bumblebee. Stop buying albacore and yellowfin. Choose skipjack light tuna from brands that test for mercury. Support companies that fish sustainably and treat workers fairly. Demand better. Call out these companies. Leave reviews. Share this video. The industry only changes when we force them to. I'm Food Bazooka, and I just destroyed the canned tuna industry for your health, the oceans, and the workers trapped at sea. If this stopped you from eating mercury-contaminated slave labor tuna, smash that like button and subscribe. Comment which brand shocked you most. Until next time, eat real tuna, not toxic fish caught by criminals.